So today is going to be a short video, I hope, but I'm going to show you how I edit my videos because I've been editing my videos in a really certain way, and I thought I might show you guys how I edit my videos. I used to edit in Sony Vegas, but I transferred because I realized that my 5 years of using that program is garbage. If you use Sony Vegas, I'm really sorry, but right now I'm using Premiere Pro. So my videos are now imported. As you can see, they're on the side. When you open Premiere Pro, the clips are probably in this side, but I arranged my windows in a certain way that is really comfortable for me in editing. So the first thing that I do is I drag my clip here to the sequence. From here, I usually do a rough cut. If you don't know, I usually say filler words in my videos, but you can't really tell because I usually cut my videos. But I usually say the words but, and and I really hate that. So the first thing that I do is I cut off that part in the video. That's what I do in the first part of my editing, is I do a rough cut. To cut, I usually just zoom in a little bit to see the audio waves. So I usually just click C in my keyboard, cut the part, and then I would click the part and delete. So yeah, that is just how I do my rough cut, and I also delete this blank canvas. And yeah, that is just how I do my rough cut. Okay, so the video that I'm editing here is actually a room transformation video. It's not a video of me talking. So this type of editing might be a little bit different than usual because it's just going to be full of time lapse. So whenever I click the clip, it will show off the effect controls. So if you don't see effect controls, you can just click here and click effect controls. What I do to zoom in my videos is I click on scale. I just want to go on a clip that I want to zoom in and zoom in. So as you can see, it's zooming in really slow. That's because the keyframes here are really far away. So if you want to do a really fast zoom in, you have to put your keyframes close to each other. So I'm just gonna click a keyframe here and zoom in, and that's how I zoom in. And if you want to zoom out, you're just going to zoom out. So yeah, that's how I do my zoom ins and zoom outs. I'm really bad at explaining how I edit my videos, but yeah, that's just a gist of how I zoom in and zoom out of my videos. Now, if I really want to add effects to my videos, like audio effects, I usually just go here to effects and find effects. The effects that I usually use is reverb, which is a echo kind of thing, and fisheye and waves. You can just search here warp, and that's how I usually find fish eyes. But I have a plugin, so you guys might need to type in fish eye or find anything else. And now we're going to be putting the echo or the reverb. So I just search reverb here, add convolution reverb. You're just going to click on the clip that you've added the effect to and go to effect controls and zoom out. Zoom out. Scroll down, convolution reverb. You're just going to click on presets, and I usually click bitter hallway. So yeah, that's how I edit my audios, and yeah. Okay, so now we're on the part where I'm done rough cutting my videos. I'm done adding zoom ins, zoom outs, and other types of effects. So usually when I'm done doing those effects, I put on overlays. So the way that I add text is it's just here. Just click on this or click T on your keyboard and click wherever you want to put your text and type That's usually just how I do my text. Now, if I really want to be fancy and add a transition to my text, or my overlay is gonna come out of the left, I'm pretty sure there's examples in the screen because I'm editing this video. Oh my god, why am I talking to myself? Okay, so what I usually do to that is I add a adjustment layer. And once I've added a adjustment layer, I'm just going to click replace with After Effects composition. I edit in After Effects if I want like a transition or a transition in my video that's really smooth, because if I just do a transition in Premiere Pro, it's not going to be as smooth as the ones in After Effects. Okay, so we're now in After Effects, and as you can see, I'm in a composition, and this composition is linked to my Premiere Pro project. So I click whatever I want. I usually make overlays in After Effects. I don't go on Photoshop or anything other else, because in After Effects you can manipulate some certain things, and I usually just click on the shape tools and make my own shapes and overlays. But here we're just gonna do a text transition here, and I want this text to go out from the side. So I'm gonna click on position and position it starting from the side, and then keyframe it to whenever I want it to show, and it's just gonna go there. Now I'm gonna graph this. I'm gonna make it easy ease, and if I want to leave it as it is, I'll leave it as it is, but I also edit my graphs. That is why I really like editing in After Effects, because I can edit the graphs and manipulate the graphs however I want the graphs. This isn't my usual graph, but that is also a nice graph to do. So yeah, that is just how I connect my Premiere Pro project to my After Effects, so that I'll have more of a smoother transition or a smoother overlay show. So now we're done with the After Effects, the rough cut, my zoom ins, and my effects. Now we're on to the most... I usually hate this part in my editing, and now we're on the music. I hate this part. So I usually add background music to my videos whenever I'm talking or something. So to do that, if you're just going to add the audio itself, it's going to be louder than you're talking. So what I usually do is I right click and click on audio gain, and I usually put it on -27 to -28. The volume of that background will be lower than your speaking volume, so you can still hear the music but not as loud as it is. If I really wanna adjust my music, like I wanna kind of like animate my music in a sense, I usually go to effect controls and I keyframe the music. So I'm gonna put a keyframe here, put it to -27. When I come to the part where I want the music to be louder, I'm just gonna put it to 0. So that's going to kind of like animate or transition the video from a low volume to a high volume. Basically just fade the music. So yeah, that is how I do my music. Now for the part that I love and also hate, which is Lumetri color or color grading. I usually just color grade my videos when it is a still video. We're going to take adjustment layer back again. So I search on Lumetri color and add that to my adjustment layer. Adjustment layer is basically just a layer. If you add an effect in adjustment layer and there is a clip below it, the effect that you put in adjustment layer is gonna affect the clip that's below your adjustment layer. So now we're in Lumetri color. I just usually up the temperature. If the exposure is too much, I just bump it to -1 exposure and do other stuff. It's basically just editing a Instagram photo. So yeah, that is how I do my Lumetri color. Now for rendering. I usually hate this part because there's a lot of errors. To render your video, you have to select your videos. So in order to do that, you start from the very beginning of the video, click on your keyboard I, and you go to the last clip of your video and click on the keyboard O. So it basically selected the videos where you want it to start and you want it to end. Now you're just going to click on File and Export and Media. Okay, so in order to render, I have like a preset of my YouTube videos here. I basically just searched this preset on YouTube. So yeah, I can't really show you the adjustments I made. You can just search that up on YouTube because I just got this preset from YouTube. And I'm just gonna click on export, and that's basically how I render my videos. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how I edit my videos. I've been doing it in a certain way because, as I've said, I transferred to Premiere Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!